Greetings to all BNI members. I hope you're having a great day so far, and I'd like to welcome you to our Visitor Day Support Webinar, Week 5. Before we begin, a couple quick housekeeping items. I'm going to keep everyone on the listen-only mode. However, if you have questions, your questions are definitely encouraged. We just ask that you please type them in using the control panel of the webinar. Also, under the handout section, I've uploaded 4 different handouts. You're welcome to go ahead and download those. If you're unable to download them from the control panel of the webinar, these handouts are also available in the BNI Connect document section. Or if you have difficult time accessing them from the document section of BNI Connect, feel free to send an email to info@socalbni.com. info@socalbni.com. Also, just a quick note to let everyone know that this webinar is being recorded. And if you happen to have missed the previous webinars for this series, we're actually in week 5 of the 7-week series. So if you've missed week 1, 2, 3, or 4, please send an email to info@socalbni.com and we'll get you the recorded version so that we can help walk you step by step through the Visitor Day planning process. So once again, welcome to our Visitor Day Support webinar. My name is Jenni Nering. I'm the Executive Director for the SoCal BNI region, which consists of all of the chapters that meet in the Long Beach, South Bay area, and all of Orange County. As we get ready to begin this webinar, I'd like to remind everybody that everything we do in BNI goes back to our BNI core values, and it's important that we honor these core values throughout the Visitor Day process. So during week 5, you guys only have one more week until the big day. And so this week, your director consultant will be out to deliver a keynote presentation to help prepare all of the members on those fine-tuned details that will take place next week at your Visitors Day. So for week 5, they'll be out, they'll take the entire keynote presentation time slot, they'll go over all of the details to help get volunteers and get everybody prepared and comfortable for the big event. In the handout section of the webinar, you'll see a guide that gives you some ideas of what the director will be presenting on and also what they'll be asking for volunteers for. So if you're the event coordinator and you want to take a look at that ahead of time just to kind of get an idea of what that presentation will be about, feel free to go ahead and download that from the handout section of the webinar. For week 5 of the Visitor Day Prep, the education coordinator will be presenting on preparing a great profitable introduction. We have given you a sample of that in the documents section of this webinar, so feel free to go ahead and download that. But next week at your Visitors Day, you're going to have a room full of referral partners. So we want to help to make sure that you're prepared to deliver a great profitable introduction to help you be profitable. So we're asking the education coordinators to help members prepare for that presentation. Please come prepared for a presentation that's 30 seconds or less. There will be a timer, and it will be very important that we adhere to that time frame since we're expecting so many visitors at the Visitor Day event. During week 5, the event or growth coordinator, they may not have a specific presentation time slot during the keynote spot because the director will be out this week during week 5 to help prepare you. However, if they're not able to give the keynote spot, we do ask that they give a growth and retention moment during the regular GRC time. And this presentation is really to help once again reinforce how important the follow-up process is to help ensure that we've got a great Visitors Day. On page 24 of the handbook, you'll find the hard truths about follow-up presentation. And on page 23, you'll find the follow-up phone call scripts. And we encourage the event coordinator to review the second follow-up script on that page. It's also a great idea to encourage members to continue extending those invitations through social media, in person, through email invites. and remind members of the headcount deadline. During week 5, our mentors will be preparing their plan for assigning mentors to all of the new members that are added through the Visitor Day event. There should be a pretty good influx of new members, so we want to make sure that our mentors have a good plan for getting those new members assigned and connected to mentors so we can get them engaged and excited about being part of the BNI chapter just as quickly as possible. We also want mentors to be reaching out to all of their current mentees that don't have any confirmed visitors. Mentors, reach out to them and see what you can do to help. Offer support and ideas. Make sure that they understand how to register their visitors for the Visitors Day event using the BNI Connect system, and see what you can do to help support them in reaching their goal to fully participate in the Visitor Day process. The leadership team during week 5 will want to make sure to give extra focus to any members that deserve recognition for being a notable networker throughout the Visitor Day process. So the leadership team should be looking for ways to give that recognition to members that already have turned in their letters, who have great confirmations. Perhaps they've even sponsored members leading up to the Visitor Day event. Of course, giving recognition to those mentors and the event coordinator team that have put in so much effort to help make sure that the event next week is a great success. During your recognition leadership team, you'll want to make sure that you also follow up with recognition through social media, through your president recap email, anywhere that you can help to give these notable networkers that extra visibility. I know will go a long way in helping to build excitement towards the Visitors Day event. The membership committee will be busy during week 5, following up on any members that have not yet participated in the process. It's very important that we don't allow people to just participate as spectators, but rather participate as participants. We want them to be engaged and helping to build great visibility and credibility with their fellow chapter members by not only inviting visitors, but getting those confirmation attendees. Week 5 for the visitor host team is a very important week, as this week you folks will be busy as the visitor host team preparing those name badges, preparing the visitor registration sign-in sheet by using the registration report from BNI Connect. And of course, if you folks are planning to use or distribute any goodie bags or business card packages, anything of that sort, then please make sure that you've got those prepared well in advance. And week 5 would be the last opportunity to get those prepared, as next week is the big week. The Visitor Day support email this week will come from the event coordinator, and the event coordinator should send an email outlining the job assignments for the actual Visitors Day, using page 32 as the guide for those job assignments. These will also be based off of the director keynote presentation. So the director will likely be asking the event coordinator to take notes during their presentation so they can follow up with an email after this chapter meeting to make sure everybody knows exactly what they've volunteered for and nothing falls through the cracks. So this is the time of our webinar where we do have a few minutes left to take some questions. So if you have questions and have not already typed them in, feel free to go ahead and ask your question or questions by typing it into the control panel of the webinar. I'll go ahead and answer any of the questions that have been asked up until this point. So far, it looks like one of our participants is asking how they access the handouts that we've referenced during the webinar. You can go ahead and access those right through the handout section of the control panel. If for any reason you're having a difficult time accessing those handouts right here from the webinar, you can access them through BNI Connect in the document section, or send an email to info@socalbni.com, and we'll get those sent right over to you. If you've missed any of the previous webinars from this series, we do have them recorded. please just send an email to your chapter director consultant or info@socalbni.com, and we'll be able to provide you with the pre-recorded webinars from any of the previous sessions of the series. Is it too late to schedule a visitor's day? The answer to that is no, it's not too late to schedule a visitor's day. We do visitor days all year long. However, if you're looking to schedule your visitor day event during the World Class World Series, you will want to make sure that you get that request sent in right away, as the dates are quickly filling up and availability is limited. So if you have not yet scheduled that through the regional office, make sure that you do so right away so that we can help provide you with the support, the directors, and the team necessary to help make it a smashing success. It looks like that's all the questions that we have for today. So we'll go ahead and wrap up. I want to thank all of you for your participation, not only in the webinar, but also in your support to help make sure that your chapter has a great Visitors Day next week. We're looking forward to hearing your success stories and helping you to get more value through your BNI membership. And remember that your future is bright with BNI. Have a great day, everyone.